Right. So in the last session, we discussed about rmdir command, remove directory command, and copy command. Today we'll see how mv command and rm command. So mv command, it is to move files or directories from one location to another location, and copy command, it is only to copy the files or directories. We have seen many examples how to copy files from one location to another location. And rm command, it is to remove files. We have some options to remove a directory which is not empty using rm command, that we'll see. And next one is more and find command. Right, we'll start with mv command, that is move command. See here, now we are in CSR directory. This is the information present in this directory CSR. These are files and directories in this directory CSR, right? We'll check mv command how to move a file or directory from one location to another location. So here in this we have some directories, and if you want to display only directories in this, we have one command. Yeah, that right. Okay, we'll see this example when we come to a regular expression, right? Fine. Right. So these are some files and directories present in this directory. Now, suppose if you want to move a file, first we'll check with files, then we'll check with directories. Okay. Now I want to move this file. I want to move this file from the CSR directory to this dir1 directory. Okay. If you create a copy, that file will exist in the source area as well as in the target area. But if you move the file, it will be moved from the source to the destination. Similar to your copy command, this command requires two parameters. One is source file name or directory name or path, file or directory path, if it is not the present working directory. And second parameter is your target file location or directory location, where you want to move this file, with the same name or different name. Okay, see here, first we'll start with files. I want to move this s_i.txt file into this directory dir1. See what will happen. mv space, here you need to specify the source. Here the source is a file. Where this file exists? In the current directory. So no need to specify any path. Directly you can give the file name, that is s_i.txt. Space, next to target. What is our target location? dir1. So is this dir1 is your present working directory? No, not. So this is a subdirectory to our present working directory, that is CSR. So here you need to specify the directory path dir1. We are specifying this path from the working directory. So this is nothing but relative path, right? So here next thing is we specified the dir1 slash. Okay. Now we specified the location, and into this location you are moving this file. If you want to move this file with the same name, then here no need to specify the new name of this file, you can directly say dot. Dot is nothing but your dir1 in the target location, not the present one. Okay, fine. Let us execute this command and see whether the file will be moved to this directory or not. Okay, yes, we got command prompt. It means the command is executed, the file is moved to this location. Let us check in the present working directory first, then we will check in dir1. Okay, so we'll check with the same name s_i. Okay, star. No such file or directory. If you want, you can check ls-lrt. Is there any file with the name s_i.txt? No. What happened? That file is moved to dir1. Let us change into the directory, or from here check in this directory ls-lrt. Now check in this directory dir1 slash. Yes, the file is here. Okay, so this file is moved from CSR directory to this dir1, into this dir1. So this is move command. What is the difference between copy command and move command? Both command requires two parameters. Similarities are both commands requires two parameters. But the difference is copy command will create a new copy in the destination. So in the source the file exists, and in the target area it will create a new copy. That is copy command. But move command is it moves the file or directory from the present working directory to the target location. Present working directory or source, from the source. Here we can use the exact word source. So it will move the source file or directory to the target location. Okay, so that is the difference between copy and move command. Okay, right. First now, so we check this with file. Now we will check this with directory which is empty. First we will check with a directory which is empty. Now see, there is a directory list. First let me check, is there anything present in this directory list or not? No, it is an empty directory. Now check this move command mv space list. This is your directory. To next to target location, you need to specify the target location. So I want to move this directory into this directory example1. Okay, dot. So this is my destination. Okay, now run this command and see whether it is going to execute. Means this mv command works for directory or not. Here what is list? List is a directory, it is not a file. And what kind of directory? It is an empty directory. Okay, so there are no files and directories present in this list directory. So already we checked. So here we got total 0, means no files and directories are present in this list directory. Now where we are moving to, we are moving this directory to directory example1. Okay, now run this command. Yes, we got command prompt. Let us check whether this particular directory is moved to directory example1 or not. First we will check in the present working directory. Is there any directory with the name list? No. Here only the directories are these two, and bottom these three are the directories. Okay, fine. Let me clear the screen. To clear the screen, CLR SCR. Fine. Now check the information present in this directory example1. Okay, so ls-lrt, just we are checking what is there in this directory. Okay, what is there? There is a directory with the name list. This directory was moved from CSR to directory example1. Fine. So this is an empty directory and it moved. Next we will check with a non-empty directory. Okay, so we'll check what is there in this dir2. There is a file, so this is not empty directory. we'll try to move a directory which is having all files and subdirectories. Okay, so we'll search for another one, dir1, ls dir1. Yes, here some files and directories are there. If you want, you can check, you can display the long listing and see how many files and directories are there. See here, there is a file and 4 subdirectories are there in this directory dir1. We'll try to move this directory from this location, that is CSR, to this directory example. Okay, so we are moving this directory, that is dir1, from CSR directory to this directory example. Okay, let us see the command. To move the directory or file, we use mv command. mv space, here you need to specify the source, what you want to move. I want to move this directory dir1, right? Where you want to move this directory? I want to move this directory into this directory example. Where this directory present? It is present under the CSR. What is your present working directory? It is also CSR. So from here you can specify the path. 1 minute. Space. From here you can specify the path, or you can also specify absolute path, that is nothing but full path right from the root. Okay, anyone is allowed. Already we have seen with relative path, so this example we will see with absolute path. Home hd user /csr / directory example /dot. Why we are giving dot here? Why? Because see, if you observe this command, this is mv command, so it will move a file or directory to target. Okay, so this is the source, means this directory we are going to move into this directory example. Okay, so first it will take the source and it will check whether the source directory, that is dir1, is exist in the present working directory or not. Why it checks in the present working directory? Why? Because here only directory name is present, no path is specified. So that's why it will check only in the present working directory, not anywhere else. Only it checks in the present working directory. Next it will take the target location and it will start searching from the root. Why? Because here we give absolute path. Here start searching from this root. This home directory is present in this root or not. If it is present, just get into the directory and check hd user is present or not. If it is present, get into that, check CSR is present in that or not. If it is present, get into that and check directory example is present or not. Okay, so now the system is now in directory example. Okay, so that is the target present directory. So we are specifying dot, means that is the present working directory and your source will be moved into this directory. So that's why here we are giving dot. Now press enter and check whether the command is going to execute or not. If there is any problem, we'll get an error message. If we get command prompt, there is no problem and the directory will be moved to this directory. Okay, so definitely we'll get command prompt. Okay, fine. Let us see whether this dir1 present in the CSR or not. Is there any directory with the name dir1? No. Where it is? It is under directory example. Just change into the directory example and check whether this dir directory is present in this or not. Okay, now we are in directory example. Okay, here check whether this directory present or not. Yes, it is present. Now next we are going to check whether the all directories and files which are present in this directory, everything is moved or not. Okay, so change into this directory or directly from here also you can check, like ls-lrt, sorry, dir1 slash. Okay, see, everything is moved. Whatever, right from this directory 1, whatever is present, everything will be moved to the target. Everything will be moved to the target. Okay, so this is mv command. Okay, so mv space here source and space destination or target. Okay, so here this source can be your present working directory, or it can be some other directory. Sorry, it can be some other location. Okay, if it is your present working directory, no need to specify any path. If it is not your present working directory, you have to specify the path of a file or directory. This path can be an absolute path or relative path, anything. Coming to target, same rules. If the target is not your present working directory, then you have to specify your target location, that is nothing but path. Again, this path can be an absolute path or relative path. Okay, so we have seen some examples with absolute and relative path. We will see one example. Okay, now check, let us move to CSR, right? ls minus lrt. Now next the requirement is, see, I want to change this file name. So before going to see this, first we will check what is there in this file. Yeah, there is some text in this file. Okay, now the requirement is, I want to change this file name from s9t.txt to operation.txt. How to change a file name or directory name? Next we will see how to change directory name. Okay, so first we will check with file. Using mv command you can change any file or directory name. Mv space your file name or directory name space new file name or new directory name. In this case we are checking with file. So your new file name, my new file name is operation.txt. Okay, now press enter. No error, we got command prompt. Now check whether this file s9.txt is present or not. There is no file with the name s9t.txt. Why? The reason is the file name is changed to operation.txt. Is there any file? Yes, there is a file operation.txt. Now check what is there in this file. The file content should be exactly similar to your old file. Okay, now check. Yes, both are same. Means just we are changing the file name. That's it. We are not doing anything. We are not changing any file information. We are not adding any file information. Just we are changing the file name. That's it. Okay, so using mv command, not only moving files or directory, we can also change file or directory names, renaming files or directories. Okay, so we have seen example how to rename a file. Next we will see an example how to rename a directory. See, suppose there is a directory dir1. Before going to rename this directory, just we will check what is there in this directory. Yeah, there is a file. Okay, for better example, I'll try to create one more directory in this. dir2 slash crest. Okay, so this is my directory name. Press enter. Okay, now check what is there in this dir2, right? So there is a file and directory. Here this directory contains one file and one directory, subdirectory. Now we are going to change this directory name dir2. Okay, so the new name which I am going to give is demo. Okay, fine. Using mv command, we can rename a file or directory. We have seen one example how to rename a file. Now this example is going to show you how to rename a directory. So my directory name is, I want to change this directory name dir2. So source is dir2. My target name, I want to give new name is demo. Okay, demo. Now you may get some doubt, like suppose if I give apple, what will happen? So this target name is demo. It is a, here I am trying to rename this directory. So this is new name. But if I give an existing name, what will happen? Will those two directories merge into one directory? Or will it give an error? What will happen? That we'll see later, before after executing this command. Fine. So here mvdir2 space demo. This is demo is my new name, and I am going to press enter. If I press enter, if this command executes, immediately I will get a command prompt. Otherwise, if there is any problem or error or syntax problem, I'll get some error message. Okay. So how this command will be executed? So mv is a move command. First it will search the directory name in the present working directory. If it is present, then it will go to destination, I mean this area. So it will check the second parameter, whether this particular second parameter name already exists in the present working directory. Here why it checks in the present working directory? Because no path is specified. Okay, so it checks in the present working directory or not. Okay, so if it is not present in the present working directory, then the name will be changed. Now see, ls-lrt, is there any directory with the name dir2? No. Is there any directory with the name demo? Yes, it is there. Okay, let us see what is there in this ls-lrt demo slash, what is there? One file and one directory. These two are similar to your dir2 before renaming. Okay, so just it rename the directory. Okay, now we will check, we'll try to rename this directory example. We'll try to rename this directory example with an existing name, and see what will happen. Okay, so before going to see this command, first we'll check what is there in both these two. Okay, ls-lrt, what is there in this directory example? Two subdirectories are there. Let us check what is there in this existing directory, that is apple. Yes, one file and one directory is there. Now the requirement is, I mean not requirement, now the example is mv space, I want to change this directory name, directory example to, I want to change this name to another name, but I am giving an existing name, directory name. I am giving this target as an existing directory name. Already there is a directory with the name apple. Again I am giving the same name. Okay, so if I run this command, I got command prompt. Now see what is there in this. Now see what is there in this ls-lrt. Is there any directory with the name directory example? No. Is there any directory with the name apple? See, I am going to check what is there in this apple. Why? Because there is no directory with the name directory example. Okay, so what is there in this? Before moving, this directory example contains two subdirectories. Okay, next after executing this command, what happens? So this directory is moved. This directory is moved into this directory apple. Moved into this directory apple. See here. Okay, if you open this, what is there in this? ls -lrt apple / directory example. You will get these two. You will get these two subdirectories. Okay, now check what is there in this. Okay, same. So this entire directory is moved into this directory, not renamed. The reason is apple is an existing directory. So without specifying the /dot or with specifying the /dot, it will be moved into this directory. It assumes that as just move into this directory, not the renaming. Your intention may be renaming the directory, but it moved into this directory. Okay, fine. So this is mv command. Mv command is to move files or directories from one location to another location, as well as mv command is used to rename files or directories. So similar to your copy command, this command also requires two parameters. One is source and target or destination. So this source will be your source file or directory name, source name, I mean file name or directory name, and you need to specify the target. Okay, so if it is present working directory, no need to specify the path. If it is not, then you need to specify the path. It can be an absolute or relative path. Okay, so next one is next topic. We'll move to next topic. That is rm command, remove command. So rm means remove. This command is used to remove files. This command is used to remove files. We will see how to remove a file in the present working directory as well as in some other directory. Okay. See here, I want to remove this file. I want to remove this file, or I want to remove this backup file. Just for a change, I want to remove this backup file. I don't want this file. rm space specify the file name. Here this command requires only one parameter. Only one parameter. Suppose if you give some new parameter, I mean second parameter, and see what will happen. It gives an error message. Oh no, oh sorry. It removed these two files. It removed multiple files. Multiple files will be removed. ls -lrt. Now check sai.txt and sri.txt underscore 0624. So these two files are removed. These two files are removed. So this is removing multiple files. Fine. rm space, if you give only file name, that file will be removed or deleted. So rm command is used to delete files. Okay. And how to remove multiple files? File name space next file name space next file name, and keep on. Okay, all those files will be removed one by one. Okay, so ls -lrt, if you want to remove first three files, then your command will be like rm space your file name space new next file name space next file name. Like this you can specify any number of files. All those files will be deleted at a time. Okay, now see, there are no files. Okay, so this rm command is used to remove files, and here you can use wildcard characters also. Suppose see, there are some 3 text files, and if you want to remove all text files, you must be careful while using this command. Okay, so rm space star txt. So here we are using star. It is a wildcard character. It refers multiple characters. So star.txt or star.txt, anything, both are same. Why? Because star.txt means ending with txt. Star.txt means ending with .txt. Okay, fine. Now see, ls minus lrt, there are no text files in this directory. All text files, it can be 3 files or 1000 files, everything will be removed. Means all only text files, not all files, only text files based on your filter condition. So here the filter condition is star.txt. So all text files will be removed with this command. Okay. So here rm command is used to remove files. Here using this command you can remove one or more files at a time. Okay. So how to remove multiple files? Using wildcard characters or by giving multiple file names with a space separation. With a space separation. Next one, let me check what is there in this. Yes. So this apple is not empty directory. There are some files and directories present in this directory. If it is empty directory, we can remove the directory or we can delete the directory using rmdir command. Okay. But this apple is not an empty directory. There are some files and directories present in this. And to remove all these with a single command, we can use rm command, but the options are minus fr. What is f? Forcible remove. R option is recursively. F is forcible, means even though there are some files and directories present in this one, without any intimation, it will remove. Otherwise, it will give some message like you have some files and directories in this, you want to remove, you want to continue like this. So forcibly we are going to remove, and recursively. Why recursively? Maybe SAMP may contain some other files again, or directories. Directory example may contain some other files and directories again. Okay. So all this will be removed. Okay. Apple. Now see whether this particular directory is going to remove or not. Yeah, without any error, we got command prompt, means it is removed. Let us check. Only we have two directories. Only we have two directories. This apple directory is deleted. Okay. So rm remove directory command, rmdir command is only to delete empty directories. If the directory is not empty, then you can use rm command with some options like f and r. F is not mandatory, but R is must. Why? Because F, just we are saying that forcibly remove. R is must, means recursively it keep on deleting. It will enter into the directory, it checks any directories are there, files are there, checks again in the directory, just recursively do the operations. So right from the bottom to top, it keeps on deleting, and the main what you specified will be deleted finally. Okay. Right. We'll see one more example for this remove rm. Before going to run this, we'll check what is there in this demo directory. There is a file and subdirectory. We'll check what is there in this crest. No files and cannot access. Why? Acha, here this demo name is invalid. That is the error. Okay, fine. Demo slash crest. So first it checks for this demo directory in the current directory. So there is no dump, DEMP, dump in this current working directory. That's why it is saying no such file or directory. Okay, fine. Yes, this crest is empty. No files and directories present in this. Okay. Now we'll try to remove this directory demo. It has one file and one subdirectory. Okay. We'll create one more subdirectory and file in this crest also. Okay. Before going to run remove command, mkdir, I am creating one more directory in this crest, demo slash crest slash, my new name directory name is force. Okay. So I'm going to create this directory force in crest. Okay. Yes, it is created. Now I'm going to create one more file also in this demo crest. The file name is test capital T .txt. I'm entering some information in this. Okay, saving this file wq. Oh no, what happens? Unknown mark. Yes, right, quit, save, quit. Fine. Now check what is there in this crest demo. First let me clear, right, ls -lrt. Now there is a directory demo which we are planning to remove. Before going to remove, we'll see what is there in this demo. There is a file and directory subdirectory in this. Let us check what is there in this subdirectory. Why? Achha, again I did the same mistake. Demo spelling crest slash. Okay. So in this crest there is again one subdirectory force and file test.txt. Okay, fine. Now I am going to remove this directory rm minus r. R is nothing but recursively. Recursive nothing but generally repeatedly. Okay, fine. So rm minus r slash space. Now the directory name. I want to remove this directory demo. Okay. Already we have seen many, more than one example how to remove in the present working directory. So this one will do it from the root. Okay. This one will do it from the root. Where we are now? We are in the root directory. We are in the root directory. Okay. So here from the root we will try to remove this directory force. Okay. So to remove any directory, non-empty directory, we can use rm command. Okay. To remove non-empty directory, we can use rm minus r space. So minus r is not a parameter or argument. It is an option. Minus r is an option. Okay. Now here it requires one parameter, that is your directory name or file name. So my directory name is force, but this force is not present in the root. Our present directory is root. So this is not present in the root. We need to specify the path home slash hduser slash csr slash demo. Okay. So this is my directory which I want to remove. Okay. So this demo has one file and one subdirectory. This demo has one file and one subdirectory. Again this subdirectory crest has one subdirectory and one file, right? So this demo is not an empty directory. Okay. Now press enter and see. This directory demo is removed. Let us check whether it is removed or not. Home slash hduser slash csr slash. There is only one directory. Before remove, actually there were two directories in this csr, these two directories, but this demo directory removed. Okay. here we are specifying the complete path. Why? Because we are trying to run this command from the root, not in the CSR. If it is CSR, directly we can say demo, but this is not your present working directory. So here we are specifying the complete path. Okay. So this is remove command. In the last session, we tried to remove non-empty directory, but we didn't, unfortunately. So here, instead of rmdir command, you must use rm command to remove non-empty directory. Okay, fine. Here the caution is, if you want to delete files or directory, you must be careful. Means when you are using rmdir command or rm command, especially rm-r command, along with the force command, that is F option. Okay, you must be very, very, very careful. The reason is it will delete the directory, whatever the directory you are specifying, from the directory to the bottom, means last child. It recursively delete everything. Okay, suppose if you apply only rmdir command, it deletes only the directory which is empty, means it is already empty, only that particular directory will be removed, no problem. But if you use recursive, it keeps on deleting till the last child. Okay, so all the structure right from the specified location, or directory name from that particular location to end of the tree, everything will be deleted. Okay, so while using rm-r command, you must be very careful. Okay, fine. We'll see next. We'll move next. That is more command. This more command is used. To see the file content. Already we have seen one example. One command, that is cat command. How to see files? Using cat command, we can see file information or file content. This more command also used to see the output of a file or see the content of a file, but it has some options, like if you want to see, suppose your file is very large, it is a big file, means some thousands of lines are present in your file. Your file is very big. If you use cat command, just it will output the file content, and last 24 lines only you can able to see. If you want to see previous lines, you should scroll the file, you should scroll the screen. Okay, then only you can see the information. But your more command has some options. Using these options, you can see like first few lines of your file or middle few lines of your file. Few lines means any number of lines as you wish. You can specify that as well. Okay, and last lines of the file. Okay, wherever you want to see the content in the file, that you can see using more options, more command as well as more command options. Suppose before going to see the file content, if you want to clear the screen, then display the content, then you can use more option. There is one option using this. Before going to display the content, you can clear the screen. Right. First we'll see one example. Let us start with this command, then we'll see options one by one. Where we are in root. First we will move to our directory. Right. Here see cd home csr. No need to specify /home /hduser /csr. Why? Because up to hduser it is a home directory. You know that. Then you can use the symbol. Okay, fine. Right, what is there in this? We'll see what is there in this subdirectory directory example 1. Yeah, there is a subdirectory again. For better understanding, here we'll create one file, that is test.txt file. I'm going to input some text into this directory. This more command displays one screen less 2 lines. Okay, as you wish. At the bottom of the screen, message like more, and you can press some key. If you want to quit that area, you can press Q. That we'll see. But we need some big file, definitely. Okay, first let me save this and close this. Right? Yes, we have one file in this, that is test. Using more command, you can see file content. Whether we can see the file information or not, that we'll see first. Yes, it is displaying similar to your cat command only. Okay, both are same. Then why do we require more? If we have some big file, then we can really feel the advantage with this more command. Fine, no problem. But see, now the screen, half of the screen is already occupied with some text. But here if you use more, if you use cat command, what will happen? The file content or information will be displayed here only. But I want to before displaying the file information or content, I want to clear the screen, then display the information. Then you have to use more command. There is one option in more command, that is -C. So this command -C will clear screen before displaying the file information. Let us see whether it works or not. Yes. First it clears the screen, then it displayed the file content. After completing the display, information, we got command prompt. Okay. So this is one option with more command. And next one is -D. It displays error messages if there are any. We'll try to create one big file to see the more and more options. Okay, fine. We'll try to create one big file. I'm creating one new file, vi hadoop.txt. Okay. Right. We'll add more information to this, not the image. Okay. Yeah, one more thing I forgot to tell you. We'll see more vi commands. Whatever we discussed, that was not ending. We have more commands and operations with this vi command. Here in Windows, in MS Word, I copied some text. To paste that into the vi editor, we can use shift insert, means these two are keys only. Shift key on the keyboard, insert key on the keyboard. hold shift and press insert. So this will insert the copied text. This is one way. Another way is you can press mouse right button, but this right button will not work in this Ubuntu VI editor. Here if you press right button, what will happen? See, here you are getting some options. Okay. So we can set this option. How to set that we'll see later. Okay. I'm going to save this content and close this. Okay. Now when we are in this terminal, now here in this terminal you can display options. Okay, fine. That okay, fine. We'll see what is there in this cat. Using cat command, we'll see what is there in this file. Sorry. Okay. Yes. Here you can able to see only last few lines of this file. If you want to see this file completely or beginning of the file, you need to scroll your screen. Okay, scroll the screen and see. So this is the beginning of your file, right? But for the same, if you use more command, see what will happen. More, sorry, actually whatever the copied is there, that is executed. Now more space file name, more space file name. If you want to copy this one, instead of typing, select the text and press shift insert. Okay, it is similar to paste command. Okay, fine. Now press enter and see the output. Here it displayed the first few lines of the file. Okay, and here bottom left side, if you observe here it is displaying more. And how much percentage is remaining from this file content? 58% of the file content is remaining. Means it is at to display, not at displayed. How much memory, how much file information is displayed on the screen? Only 42%. 42% of the file content is displayed on the screen and 58% is remaining. Okay. Now here if you want to display the next two lines, then you can use your arrow keys, down arrow keys. Okay, see, or space bar. Space bar will display the rest of the 58% which is fit into the screen. That's why it displayed. If it is not fit into the screen, again it will display the more at the bottom of your screen. Okay, we'll try to add more information to this file and we'll check that also. Hadoop.txt. Okay, so here at the end, here we'll insert more text. Okay, we'll add more text to this file. I'm copying this and I'm inserting into this file. Okay, now again I'm adding more information to this file. There are some lines, hundreds of lines in this file. Okay, so all these formats cannot be copied into this text editor. This is not your Windows. So this is Unix operating system. All the bars, these are all will not be copied. Okay, fine. So this is the last few text which I am going to add to this file. So we'll stop here and we'll check this. I'm going to save this content and quit from this. Okay, now In this bottom area, I am trying to run this more command. Previously, we have seen more command without -C option. So it started displaying the information from that location only. Now we are using -C option, hadoop.txt file name. See how it is going to display. Okay, first it will clear the screen, and from this first row it started displaying. Okay, so more 39%, 81%, and this is the end. Okay, fine. This is -C option, and I want to see only first 3 lines or 4 lines of this file. Okay, then more minus suppose 3 and file name. Okay, minus number, you can specify any number of lines. Okay, so these are the first 3 lines. Oh, it is saying more. Okay, so it keeps on displaying 3 lines. Okay, if you want to quit here, you can press Q. Okay, you can press Q. Suppose after displaying first 3 lines, you can also quit. Okay, see, again we'll run the same command, more 3. We'll check whether only 3 lines are displayed or not. So this is your first line, this is your second line, and this empty line is the third line. Empty line is the third line. Okay, so that's why it displayed only 3 lines. I am quitting here. To quit from this, Q, more -5, suppose, hadoop.txt. Now see, 5 lines are displayed. This is your first line, this is your second line, this empty is the third line, and fourth and last fifth. Okay, so more space minus, you can specify the number of lines. Okay, so this is displaying some number of lines from the beginning. Okay, see, next one is I'll quit from this. And next one is, suppose I want to display information from 10th line or third line only. Okay, then you can use plus symbol, +3. Suppose +3 hadoop.txt means it is going to start displaying from third line. To see the difference here, just I am giving some indication like this. Okay, more space +3 hadoop.txt. See the output here. Okay, I'm going to quit here and see here where it started displaying the information. +3 means after third line, means from the fourth line onwards it started displaying the information, file information. If you say -3, from the 0th line to third line, up to third line only. If you say +3 after third line, okay, see whether this particular volume, okay, this is after third line or not. We'll check this. Okay, so this is your beginning of the file, and this is the third line. So this is first line, second line, third. After this third line, it started displaying. Okay, that is plus symbol, plus number of lines. Here plus number of lines. See here. So from the third line onwards, Okay, so from the third line, after third line, +3 means after third line it start displaying the file content. Okay, fine. So these are few options with this more command. Generally we use more to display the file content screen by screen, page by page. We call it as a, generally in DOS operating system, we call it as a page wise output. Okay, so why we require? The reason is, suppose if your file contains some thousands of lines, and if you use cat command, this cat command will display the file content and you will able to see only last few lines of the output. And to see the file content right from the beginning, you need to scroll your screen up, then you can see. Otherwise, you can use more command. With this more command, you can start displaying your file output page wise. Page wise in the sense here, more hadoop.txt. Here first it will display the first few lines of your file. So this is the starting of your file, and only one screen is displayed. Next, when you press space bar, next screen will be displayed. Again, if you press space bar, next screen, means page by page output. That is the advantage with this more command. Okay. Generally in your real time, your log files will contain some thousands of lines. When you are analyzing these log files, you need to start analyzing right from the beginning of your log file to the end of the file. Then if you use cat command, it just keep on displaying. If your log file contains some lakhs of lines or thousands of lines, okay, only last few lines you can able to see it on the screen. You have to scroll a lot above. Okay, so to avoid that one, you can use more command or less command. There is another command, we'll come to that one, less space hadoop.txt. So this is also one command to display the content, but it will display. Now here see, if you press your down arrow key, it will display the next line, only line by line. In more command, you have to press space bar. It will display the next screen, space bar, next screen, space bar, next screen. So page by page output. Here line by line. Less means it will display line by line. First it will display one screen size output, then waits. When you press down arrow, it will display next line. When you press down arrow, it will display next line. See, I am pressing down arrow. Line by line output. Suppose you don't want to continue, then you can say quit. You can exit from this. Right. We'll see this command later. Okay. So these are all some commands as per the requirement or convenience. Okay. You can use any one of. And the last one, from this list, we have only find command that will continue in the next session. In the next session, we'll continue with this find command. And we will have a small quick review on what are all the commands we discussed. Okay, fine. We discussed all these file paths, file system, directory operations, ls command, make directory, remove directory, copy command, move, rm, more command. So in the next session, we'll see find command. What is the use of this find command? How to use this command? This is also one of the important command which is used in real-time programming. So this command generally in real time we use for removing files for a particular period of, suppose if the files are older than some 5 days or 10 days or 100 days. Okay, so if you want to remove some older files, then using find command you can search and remove. This find command not only searching, it will also allow you to execute some commands along with this one. Those commands can be removing or moving files or removing files, anything. Okay, so that we'll see with examples. Fine, we'll continue in the next session. We'll stop here.